I've been waiting for them to unleash Luna's vocals like this forever. Hey everybody, how's it going? I've got another music video reaction / review coming at you today, and this one is for Wave by Amber, Luna, Gi, Xavi, and R3hab. It's an SM station release, so it should be something a little bit different, kind of interesting, and I know this is supposed to be an EDM track, so I'm really excited about that. FX has always kind of leaned more towards EDM or an electronic sound, so listening to them over all these years, I've always thought that sound was really good for them, and I've been looking forward to them doing something like this for a really long time, so let's jump right in and check it out. Some really cool mixing and mastering so far. Really punchy mix, but still kind of smooth. It's a nice balance.
반짝이는 flashlight, flashlight, flashlight 밤바다의 별 같아 Don't stop now 파도 소리 들려와
And Amber singing, this is great.
이 순간 가슴을 활짝 펴 이 바람을 느껴 숨을 멈추고
I've been waiting for them to unleash Luna's vocals like this forever. And they didn't overdo the sidechain pumping on that beat either. I've noticed people have been doing that lately, so I'm glad they didn't.
Paradise, paradise, paradise 잊지 못할 오늘 밤 I love it 맘껏 몸에 던져봐 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 거침없이 뛰어봐 더 높이 멜로디에 맞춰시.
Man, these vocals just sound great. So clear the way it's mixed and recorded. They cleared out the rest of the song, so there's tons of space for the vocals to occupy. Luna's back. Ooh, they had kind of a crazy reverb tail on the end of that vocal part. Lots of reverse reverb stuff too, I really like that. This video is just really strange, but really great too. It's like takes place in some sort of market or store. And that looks like it's it. And we didn't have any surprises like the BTS song at the end where it kept going. So, wow, I've been really wanting them to do something like this for a long time. And it has a lot of cool elements that I think a lot of fans have been wanting to hear. You know, you've got Luna kind of unleashing her vocals in this song, which is really cool to hear. And my complaint as a music analyst and an FX fan over their last couple group releases is that Luna didn't really get to show off a whole lot of her vocals. I mean, anything she's singing, she executes extremely well, but there weren't any areas that really really kind of like pushed her vocals and let her really show off what she could do and kind of wow people. But with this song, she's kind of throwing around her vocal weight a lot more, you know, really leaning into some of those things like in the pre-chorus and the chorus. And it's something that I could tell she's been capable of all of this time, but hasn't really gotten a chance to do it very often. There's been some like special live performances she's done where we've seen glimpses of that, but now we get to hear that in a full release, so that's really cool. The other thing that's very satisfying to fans, I think, is hearing Amber sing, because Amber is a really good singer. She has a cool vocal tone, and even though I know she's the designated rapper type of position in FX, I always want to hear her sing too, because she can, and she has a really unique, interesting sound. So again, that's another thing that I always hear from fans, and as a fan, I really want, and this release gave us. And lastly, like I mentioned before, FX has always leaned towards that kind of electronic or sort of EDM sound with a lot of their releases, but it's always been a heavy influence kind of into their K-pop music. They haven't like gone full out and done like EDM format songs like this one. It's always been like elements of EDM within K-pop rather than just a straight up EDM song. So I do like hearing them do both things because it suits them really well. And up until now, we've mostly heard like the other half and we haven't heard the full EDM half. So now that I've heard this, my sort of suspicions that they could do this really well turned out to be right. So I'm really glad they did this. And just like a lot of the SM Station releases are, this is a really good outlet for two members of FX to make kind of different sounding but really cool music, in addition to the full FX group stuff. So I'm very impressed. Let's jump back in, check this out, and analyze it some more. Here we go. At first I thought that kick sound was a little bit too boxy, had a little too much like mid-range and high-end in it. Like a little blaring on my NS10s, but once I heard it in the context of the rest of the mix, you know, once they get in, like fill in the entire soundscape, it definitely cuts through and it sounds really cool. And they also snuck in like some more low-end into it, sort of building through this whole area.
반짝이는 flashlight.
Got that reverse reverb on the vocals building up. Pretty common but always cool EDM effect. I really get the feeling that Luna was personally very into this style of music too. It just sounds like she's really putting a lot of motion into her vocals. And her singing is amazing in this. Yeah, really hitting those runs hard. Maybe a little much on the reverb going on in the vocals in the chorus. It gives a little bit of like a runaway, scary, like falling all over itself effect. But I also kind of like that. Hear how it feels like it's gonna like keep getting louder and echoing until it just like explodes and fills your headphones or speakers. I do kind of like that uneasy kind of effect it gives you. Really love the harmonies in this too. They're kind of a little bit unconventional maybe. They're using like different parts of the chord that sounds really cool. What they're emphasizing in the chord sounds cool. You know, it sounds like Luna's a little angry like when she's singing that, the way she's really digging into that. I like that. That shows a lot of attitude, a lot of emotion. Powering through those vocals, really cool. And then hear that like upward sweeping filter that kind of makes it sound washed out as it fades out. That's a really cool little touch there. And there are just tons of little production things like that throughout this entire song. That attention to detail, the icing on the cake type of stuff, they got all of those things right. And the other thing is that everything about this was really tastefully done. It is kind of easy to go overboard with some of the very common EDM stylistic things and effects. Like one example of that would be the side chaining, that kind of pumping feeling that you're getting in the chorus. That's accomplished by side chaining a bus compressor to most of the elements that aren't drums in the mix, and it's a pretty advanced and complicated technique, but I will cover it sometime in one of my production videos. But the main thing you understand is that's the sort of pumping feeling that you're getting like from your speakers or your headphones in the chorus. That's what's giving you that feeling, and it's very easy to set that up with a little too much attack or not enough release on the compressor, and it starts sounding choppy, or it just clamps down way too hard and it's almost like kind of uncomfortable to listen to. And this song in particular didn't fall into any of those traps that I hear quite a bit of EDM songs falling into these days. So everything was just very well done, very balanced, very tasteful, while still being, you know, EDM and kind of edgy and intense sounding. The production, the mixing, the mastering sounds a lot like a lot of other EDM that you might have heard before, but under that surface, this is definitely a really quality production, and that's not something that everyone in EDM accomplishes. So it's really cool with this sort of new sub-label from SM doing the EDM thing. I hope we hear more from them. Since we finally got one of my favorite singers, Luna, in a song like this, I'd like to hear another Scream release with maybe Onu and Kyuhyun on it. That would be pretty amazing, so let me know in the comments section what other SM artists you'd like to see release a song sort of on this Scream EDM sub-label. And also let me know if you thought this Luna and Amber collab was a really good matchup for them. So anyway, thanks so much for watching this reaction/review. Please like, comment, subscribe. If you could share this video all over the place, Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter, forums, all that stuff really helps me out, and I'll see you guys next time.